Okay, I know that for those of you who have watched the video, I decided to come back out here. I said, I'm concerned about this. It's really bugging me. And something said, go out there and test it to see what can be put into the hole. So I put this rake in right here because if it's a sinkhole, I would know because that rake would disappear or it would go so far. So it went, let's see, where are we? It didn't go that far. In fact, let me mark it. I'm gonna mark it and then try it again because I don't want to not call, because I called my sister about it. I was like, I think I might need to call the experts out here. And my sister said she didn't put concrete in hers. She said they used sand. Okay, so let me mark it. Hold on, I gotta set the phone down. Hold on. Okay, I'm tying this piece of garlic around it, y'all. Couldn't find them. Didn't feel like going back in the greenhouse to get tape. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, I got this garlic. Okay, well, so let's see if it goes, how far it goes. Okay, there's the garlic right there, so it didn't even go down that far, and I'm putting that garlic in the hole. Okay, I feel a little better now, although it could still turn into a sinkhole, and it's fairly tight around here. It's very tight. And I'm poking around to see if there's like curves or anything. But still, that's a little bit far. So I'm thinking, that sand might solve it. But for those bricks to disappear, where could they have gone? That's my question, because even with me pushing that rake down, I could not hit up, I didn't feel the bricks. So where did they go? And I know good and well a darn groundhog couldn't have moved those bricks. I'm not feeling them anywhere. I'm not feeling them because with this doggone rake handle, see what it sounds like? If it hits against a brick, you're gonna hear a scratching or something. I'm not hearing anything. So that's still a concern. I think what I'm gonna do, y'all, because I don't want y'all to worry, and I definitely don't want to worry. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna call the city on Monday. They can send an inspector. Hold on, let me get this back. Okay. They can send an inspector out, and I'm gonna put this crate this way instead of the other way. No, I'm gonna put it this way instead of the way that I had it. They'll send an inspector out, and then they will be able to determine exactly what that is. And then they'll let me know what I should do. I think that's what I'm going to do on Monday. And then with that heavy bucket being there, because that thing's at least, I know it's over 10 pounds because it's a 5-gallon bucket. And those bricks are heavy too. So what I'm thinking is, if it's a sinkhole, that ground will begin to give way. But it's not wet in there. That soil looked good. You saw all that black soil under there. The soil looked good, and it's not wet, because usually a sinkhole is surrounded by water. Because I thought about putting the holes in there and running water in there to see how far the water would come. Then I was like, no, I'll been collapsed it, even if it's not a sinkhole. So why make it a sinkhole if that's not what it is? So anyway, y'all stay tuned. So Monday, I will call the city, my city, and see what they say. And they'll probably send someone out. That's no problem. Because, with it, even with it being, my property and everything, they still don't want nothing like that. Because if it were a sinkhole, and we do get them, the closest one we got is a city called Rochester, which is right, it's about 10 miles from me, if that far. It's a good 7-8 minute drive. It's a suburb. And what happened there was a sinkhole opened up a few years ago. They were doing some sort of road construction, and this huge sinkhole opened up. Guess what? Everybody in that neighborhood had to leave, and their insurance, their homeowners insurance, did not want to pay. Those people lost their homes right here. This was about maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe just a wee bit longer, but it wasn't that long ago. And that happened. Those people lost their homes all because of a road construction project, and the sinkhole was already there, but they didn't know it. And then they ended up finding mastodon bones, from a dinosaur. And that was just a nightmare. And then sinkholes have opened up, like in Detroit. Potholes have opened up sinkholes in our city. Like I said, we live around water. This is the Great Lakes state. So water is nothing to us. A pond, a lake, a creek, that type of thing. We take that stuff for granted because it's a lot of lakes here. Big water, little water, you name it. And I live within a half mile of 3. There's one right around the corner from me. One day I'm going to take y'all on a tour. We got that law now where you can't drive and be on the phone. But I'm going to take y'all. I'm going to sneak and do it because I want y'all to see just how close I am to 3 lakes. There's a couple of blocks from me is some homes that sit facing, we face north. My home faces north. The homes across the street from me are facing south. So the homes that are facing west on this street, 2 streets down, they're like off to the side and the homes face west. Well, a creek runs behind those homes. I didn't even know that creek was there until I moved over here. I had no idea. And that creek leads to a lake that was next to the plant that my father used to work at. And that's only 2 blocks from me. And I would be able to see that water if it weren't for all the trees. I would actually have a lake view, a creek view and a lake view. Then there's a lake to the to the east of me, going the opposite way, a couple of blocks down. Then there's another lake right up the street, and they built apartments there. So those are Lakeview apartments right up the road there, about 1 minute from me. So, and those 2 lakes are large. Actually, all 3 of the lakes that are around me are large lakes. No one fishes. Well, some people fish in them, but and the one lake that's to the west of me is right in my neighborhood. I'm just on the upper end of of my block, but the next street over, which is Stanley, is called Stanley Lake. And that's the one where the former homeowners that lived here passed away. That's the lake. But anyway, Stanley Lake is, I could walk to it from here. And I think people do fish in that one, but the ones that are around the old plant, they don't fish in. They say that it's contaminated because the plant used to pour coolant. And that's how people are in Michigan. They just contaminate the lakes and stuff because they take the water for granted. And so when I fish, I go to the local parks where I know the water quality is safer, the fish are safe to eat, because they do the report every year. In some lakes they tell you do not eat from. And I don't know if ours is on the list. I never even look at it, but I go to the lakes that I know that they stock, and I know that they're it's safe to eat the fish. The one lake that I told you I like, Lake 16, is right up the road from me going towards my sister. We live the same distance from that same lake, but she's in another city. And it's actually in her city. She's 5 minutes away from her side, and I'm about 7 minutes away from my side. And then the other lake that I fish at in my area is in Waterford, which is about maybe 7 minutes away from me. So that's how it goes. We're just full of water. And then I go to the island. That's an hour away, but that's an island, okay? That I love that spot. But we've got all kind of lakes and different areas to fish. Robert can tell you. Crops and Robert. Speak up, brother. Let him know, because Robert's the one who know where all the lakes are. In fact, he's trying to get me to get on his boat, but I don't do boats because I don't swim. Okay, I'm rambling. But anyway, y'all, don't be worried about the sinkhole. First of all, it does seem safer than what I thought it to be. It seems that way. And secondly, I am going to call the city of Pontiac and have them to come out and inspect it at least, and then they can tell me how to proceed. And hopefully it's just something that can be filled in, and if so, it will be done on Monday, because I don't like that hole being there. It's dangerous for anyone. So I'm at a standstill with the grass cutting and everything until that gets done. So just know I'm calling the professionals. Okay, talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.